Oh, I hit the wrong button. Hell yeah, what's up guys? We are back with more of our Shores of Erathgar campaign. Very, very exciting times as we head towards the season finale. Let me open my chat, Bob, before I go further so I can do the appropriate things. So just a reminder of some of our big announcements as we head towards the finale. Any monsters that you guys summon will be added to the final dungeon that the party is really, really close to entering. And we're going to play through for our season finale on November 29th. At which point I will be taking a break from GMing. And instead, Cam from Full Round Action Gaming will be running a Pathfinder one-shot game over the course of the month of December for myself and a couple of the players in our Shores of Erathgar game. So yeah, any monsters you summon, whether it's bees, dragons, beholders, they will all be added into the final dungeon. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Hey, what's up, Meek? And as we head towards the final dungeon, as I've done a couple times in the past, I want to give a content warning. There are things that I have put together. So it's not points to summon a beholder. It is available through our Stream Loots cards. Yes, so as I've done it before, for content warning, some of the things that we're going to get into as they head into the final dungeon can be physically and or emotionally disturbing. While we appreciate everyone being here, your mental well-being is far more important than the silly game we play on the internet. Knock, knock. So as always, if you are ever uncomfortable, please feel free to step away. I'm going to be adding a content warning automated message over the next couple weeks. What's up, Mons? And as a final reminder, we have our Shores of Erathgar t-shirt giveaway happening on the 29th when we do our finale. So, with that, let me unmute everyone. What's up, you bunch of fools?
What's up?
Yo.
So, we are back at it. We are waiting for Roan to join us. However, since she is in another location at the moment, this works out very well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, the party is currently split. One party member fell through a trap door, as is wont to happen. And I deleted all of my... I've been trying to get Foundry to run faster, so I deleted all of my background audio. So I'm just going to put this on for now.
And Tuga wasn't here last week.
And Tuga was not here last week. So there's all sorts of goodness to catch up on. Suburban has been training with Nibribus in an attempt to learn the new flyby ability. Emotep came into contact with a cursed dagger that just wanted to do some stabbing. And I don't remember, you guys threw that into an empty house, or you like threw it down a...
No, it's just kind of sitting here and got blasted by...
Oh, right, yeah, you guys shot it up a whole bunch. Let me actually add... Let me add that to the map, just so I don't lose it.
Yeah, I don't think it was affected, though.
It was unaffected by your attempts to do some murdering.
I did give Tuga that wooden staff, or...
Yes, Tuga, you have a new wooden staff in your inventory.
Cool.
It is very, very delicately carved and filled with sections of metal.
Okay.
I am chilling, enjoying some coffee.
I will let you know that it came from the same location as those cloaks.
Just gonna put that there. Yes, so the party also acquired some moldy cloaks, which have the Black Cat Bandits symbol on them, which I can also show off for those of you who have not seen our Twitter posts today. Oh, I didn't drop it in here. Please hold while I add it to the correct folder. But the Black Cat Bandits were, hell yeah, socials. Thank you, Resky. What am I doing? Foundry, data, custom art. What's a
The ones that we
tweeter?
found in the last city.
They are slightly different from the ones you found in the last city.
Okay.
In that these are made more for camouflage. So this is the sigil of the Black Cat Bandits.
It's the same
Jim Bob,
right?
what's the weather today? Look at that. It's got a very subtle BC in it with a cat face. Meow, 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 meow.
Ooh, okay.
So, Tuga, other than being handed the questionable cane, you and Blubber were mostly left to your own devices.
Yeah.
So, over the course of an
Hey.
evening, what would you like to have done into the next morning?
Ooh, probably talk with Blubber about things that have been going on. Let's see. Uh, Try to use more of the Beast Spirit and Bark Skin spells to kind of get used to casting them.
Okay.
Probably just meditating too, just seeing if I can start following the roots of the trees. See if there might be a link or possible clue.
All right, go ahead and give me a nature check, and we'll see what kind of sense you get for how things are going.
Give me that nature roll.
Look at that nature roll. Oh,
Hey,
shit, look at that
that's a
nature
good
roll.
nature roll. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you get a moment of clarity as you're sitting with Blubber and begin to see the roots of the trees trace throughout the land, and you sense the absence of roots where you met George Woodbush and he stepped away. While you can feel his presence, he is obviously no longer truly connected at the moment. And you feel one similar gap about a day's travel for you, probably just a few hours for George Woodbush. So he may have activated another treant.
I forget about that name.
Aw, yeah.
That's pretty great. I love it.
Yeah, Roman made a good point. Blubber did level up. I don't know if that was right after the fight, so I don't know if you were here
yeah,
for
it
that.
was. Uh-huh.
So Blubber did level up as a good little bear that she is. And you do notice that there are sections of roots underneath the city that seem decayed. They're pieces where it's hanging together just by a few tendrils. And we also, before I forget, met a lovely, lovely gentleman who loves fishing. All he wants to talk about is fishing and all the fish he caught, and Burb had him thrown in jail.
Yep.
Well,
None of that.
Oh, also, Burb, what do you think was the most defining moment of last session? For Burb specifically.
Or Burb specifically.
Burb defended Jeffrey and said he
Wow,
didn't need
really?
to be locked up.
Yeah.
Just watched, didn't need to be locked up.
Yeah,
It
it's a
was
waste of time.
very impressive. Yeah, see, Cam says, "What the fuck, Burb?"
Yeah, I mean, it's a waste of time. You don't want to give him effort.
Give him effort. So, on top of finding the cloaks and the silver grafted cane, Burb also came across a very nice shield that he gave to Roan as a gift, having seen her on the castle parapets crying. Roan had some rough visions where she got to relive an early moment in her life, watching her family be assassinated, and discovering that perhaps in that moment, Bashaba might have interfered to help her, no matter how much it might have hurt her at the time. And then Roan got bored and wandered off and fell in a fucking trap door.
Actually, I rolled in that one, and that's why
Tripped
it
into a
happened.
trapdoor.
Tripped into a trap door. So, that's where we pick up. You guys are currently outside with Nebribus. There is a cursed dagger laying about 10 feet away from Burb. And
That could not be destroyed.
it could not be destroyed. Tuga, I'm going to reunite you with the party.
Whee!
Whee!
Yay.
And you and Blubber are now back with the party.
Yes, Blubber. Yes.
Yes, Blubber.
How long has it been since I've seen Roan?
At this point, it's been...
Overnight, right?
No, so you saw her overnight, and she was on the castle parapet when you started training with Nebribus. So at this point, it's been about 2.5 hours since you last saw her.
What time is it?
It is approaching midday.
And is there like a gathering for like lunch or breakfast or dinner?
I mean, there's food available, but there's not like a defined... a lot of the Erathgar that you see in town are eating in shifts as they trade out for their guard patrols.
Is it? So I'm gonna go over to kind of like the campfire area. Has anyone seen Roan come down for food?
I don't believe so, is there? I don't think I've seen her since last night. She seemed to want to be left alone, but the cursed dagger known as Edgy McStabberson.
Woof.
So whatever there is to grab to eat, I'm gonna grab something and I guess
Okay.
attempt to fly up there, but obviously
Yeah, I mean there's assorted like local game, there's venison, there's some root vegetables. It's all very
I
simple
guess you could
things.
say that this is bird food.
It is bird food. You do manage to fly up to where you knew Roan last was, but you do not see her. And you took the shield with you, correct, Roan?
I did.
Okay.
It's strapped to my arm right now.
Okay. So yeah, there is no sign of Roan at your current location.
okay. And then just to make things difficult, I'm gonna fly back down then, and just let at least the party know that Rowan is not where.
Roan has been left unattended.
Yeah.
I can go try
Been
to
left
find her.
unattended and gotten herself in trouble.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll start with flying like I don't know 100 to 200 feet up and just survey the land type of thing. And see
Okay.
if she maybe made it out of town.
Go
or out
ahead
of the
and make a perception check for me.
I'll have me and Blubber can start sniffing her out.
Okay.
Look at that.
Look
see
at that.
Can't see anything.
So as you get up to a decent vantage point, the cloud cover in the distance is really keeping you from seeing too much. It looks like what this morning looked like some low-lying fog has turned into some pretty hefty storm clouds off in the distance. While you can survey outside the castle walls, you don't see her, but you can't see as far as Rosalug's encampment, which you know is only 400 or 500 feet outside the castle gates. Tuga, you can make a perception check for Blubber with advantage because it relies on smell, yes?
Yep.
Aw,
Nice.
yeah. So,
Lead the way, Blubber.
Blubber does indeed lead the way into the castle, and it takes about an hour of searching as she leads you eventually in the correct direction. And you see an open section of floor with a chute going down, similar to the trap door that Suburban found on the top floor of the castle.
And does it seem that there's some signs of someone falling down recently? Or
Yeah, unlike what Suburban opened, it looks like this door is broken, as though the weight of somebody took it down.
the weight of possibly our paladin.
Possibly the paladin in heavy armor broke the door. I'm not calling Roan fat. I'm calling heavy armor heavy.
Wow.
Wow. Is there some of her hair around the edges, or does Blubber literally go up to me and say, "Yeah"?
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, he she is sniffing around the hole and not leaving that location. Like, that is where her scent is the strongest.
All right. Well, I will go back to where the rest of the party is and let them know that, hey, she probably fell down the chute I found.
Ducky, go
That
down
we
the
found.
hole.
Does Rosalug, have they been invited in before we go down?
They have not been invited in as of yet, but I don't think Rosalug was interested in coming into town.
Okay.
He didn't like it, right?
He
Better
doesn't.
to sit up outside.
Yeah, he said he would rather set up outside because although you guys were cool with it, some people have been assholes towards the goblins and hobgoblins.
So
Because
before
some
we go
people
down,
suck.
I'll quickly run out there and just be like, hey, like, we're okay to be here. We're gonna kind of station here now. If you want to come in.
Okay.
I don't think that the birds here are going to press any more prejudice against them
Than anyone else.
than anyone else. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to... I pinged a building in the top right. Rosalug will take over that building and set up shop with his goblins.
And to be clear, which one was that the building that we found all the evil stuff in?
Yes, that is the building that you found. I mean, I guess if you want to direct him to another building.
I probably the far one here. That one was the dilapidated one that was falling apart. Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, the floor was kind of weak and needed to be repaired.
And then so this.
And this is the one where you found the stabby dagger.
Okay, so I guess I'd probably recommend him that one.
The stabby dagger house.
Yeah, because I don't think we searched any of the other ones.
Okay. All right, so Rosalug will set up here then.
Yeah. Because I think we want to investigate that one more, or at least I'd like to run it by everyone. Because only Imhotep and I search that one.
True. Well,
Yeah, that's fair.
If there's any connection to anything else, you might want to.
I mean, you could ask Nebribus. She might be able to tell you something, or you can see what you can find out in town. You could talk to this nice dagger right here. I'm sure he's got some information.
I mean, is there time before Tuga comes down and says something? I think that might be more pressing then.
Is Blubber a grizzly bear? Oh yeah, sorry. Blubber is a modified brown bear with a turtle shell. And it is Tuga's summon. Yeah, so I mean, you have an hour in between when Tuga and Blubber start leaving. Probably half an hour by the time you come back down. If you wanted to have a discussion about what you found.
I think we could wait because I'd rather have Roan present as well.
Okay. All right. So after the hour passes, Tuga returns to the party with information that at least you know where Roan is most likely to be. So you guys can do what you like.
Yeah, since Nerbus is right here, I'm gonna ask. So, has there been any type of findings in the castle?
Not much more than taking out their furniture. We found some nice stashes of gold, but for the most part, it's your normal building, just another human hovel.
No paperwork, no potions.
We found some paperwork, but nothing that seemed terribly important. Royal edicts for a man that's no longer with us, so... What purpose do they serve now?
Well, there's always purpose. Did you keep the items?
I have some of the more important looking things.
If I could take a look after we do something real quick. If you could gather them up, that'd be great.
I can arrange that. I have them in my home. I'll review them and see what needs vision. I need eyes on. And she steps into her house. Now
Let's
complete
go.
with guards. Let's go. Alright, so you guys are going?
yeah.
So, you find... Do a 360 in my chair. You find your way to... Make sure there's no dogs back there. You find your way to Roan. Or to... Where Tuga says Roan went down. You can see a trapdoor that leads onto a slide.
Shout down the hole.
Yeah. You can shout down the hole. Please hold while I... Roan, go ahead and make a perception check for me. Okay. So, you hear a familiar tone, but you can't make out the words that are being said coming from the opening chute in the ceiling above you.
Oh!
Ah! Oh, I never turned my lights on.
Wow.
Hello
Wow.
down there.
Do I hear that?
No. The distance that you have traveled is far enough that words are nearly indiscernible. What's up, Rain? Oh shit, Rain's out here gifting subs. Thanks, buddy. Oh, to Finny Bin.
Herbs.
Yeah, so I will say it's enough that you can recognize the tone of Burb and Emotep, but not what they're saying.
Right. I will sacrifice myself to go down first.
Okay.
Since I know that I can have the potential to mitigate falls or fly.
Okay.
Yeah, I can also turn into a bird if anything too.
I mean, it's a steady go.
Okay.
It is a 5-minute slide down.
Boy.
Let me preload this map just as a fair warning. This is a large map.
Fun.
And I will
Door is reset. No token.
I
There I
will
am.
add Burb to the map. So you find yourself in a small room with shattered glass vials and pools of an unknown liquid around you, yelling "we" the whole time. And you see
Tiring.
Roan with a small adult proportioned homunculi in her hand.
Oh God.
What's
So
that thing?
I will hover before hitting the ground to avoid any.
Imhotep isn't down here yet, so we can't ask that question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Fair.
I
forgot.
was gonna ask you, Gum, if there's some water next to us because I'm gonna try to use shape water to make me and Imhotep a little bit of a snow, like little what are those things called? Like a
Snow
toboggan?
cone? A toboggan?
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably go and find water, but it's outside of town.
Whatever. Man,
Rip.
I don't know. I'll just go with my shell.
That's fair. Are you guys coming down too?
Yeah, we'll have blubber.
What about blubber?
Yeah.
Oh. Step away from the hole.
Yes, you hear the steady slide and slight scratching of nails as blubber comes sliding down,
For the bear.
swiftly followed by
Blubber.
Emotep and Tuga.
Aloha.
Aloha. Welcome to the party.
Hey, that's
Ah.
where you is. I see you got my gift.
What?
Oh, you mean the
Hold on.
shield.
Yeah.
Yeah. It actually has some
What?
significance to me.
What?
Get
You
the fuck
paused the
back
game
here.
because Imhotep.
You walked through a fucking locked door.
I didn't see Roan. I can't see Roan.
Yeah, I only
Really?
see
You might want to
blubber.
refresh.
Yeah,
I
you might
see
want to
everybody.
refresh.
Okay.
I can see everyone. Oh, unpause and have Roan move to the left or to the right.
Yeah, I saw pretty much the whole map.
Maybe not.
What the fuck? Rain Spider
can-
purchasing 5 packs.
I can see everything.
You're not supposed to be able to see everything. Like on stream,
Well,
you can only see the one room.
No, I mean I
Hey.
can see all tokens of us.
Nice. Okay, I see everyone.
You mean I shouldn't see the
I
swipe?
see everything.
Everything.
The 4
Okay,
dragons.
we're
in
good.
the next round?
We're good. 5 dragons.
5 dragons. Sorry.
The room's
5
gonna be like full of dragons. No square inch. Will be empty.
But yeah, you should not be able to walk through that locked door at the bottom. The troll train has left the station.
We can check. Let's all check to see if we can go through the door.
I can't.
Oh man.
Game's paused for me, so.
Oh,
Really?
rip. You might have to refresh again. It is not paused. But
I do a refresh. I'm all good now.
I'm gonna let me move this other map out. This is a very large map here.
Yeah, we found that shield as well as 3 cloaks for those cat people.
Yeah, are you showing her the? Can
I
you
don't
check
think we would have
DMs
brought
on
them down here,
Discord?
but I'll describe it. You looking at Discord?
Yeah.
Yes, I am back.
Can't wait.
Hey,
I hate these
hey,
cards.
oh. So what? I see that it I don't know if this is something you were planning on doing, but there are a lot of scattered papers on the ground at least in Foundry. Are those things that we can look at?
Yeah, there's a ton of scattered papers underneath the broken glass.
I gently move the glass out of the way as to not cut myself again, and I just
Again?
take a look at what I find.
Okay. So within this room are notes of don't eat the glass shards.
It's
Notes
candy, right?
of summoning, and you can see there are tons of books here on various magics. Make an investigation check for me.
Investigation.
That's more good investigation.
Investigation.
That's
Yeah,
an
so
above
there
average
are-
investigation.
God damn it, you two. There
I'm
are
gonna change it to hot tubs. I'm sorry.
change it to hot tubs.
My cat. Somebody shouts me out. I'm streaming hot tubs.
Yeah, there is a huge assortment of books here, and some of them are tomes of magical writings. Unfortunately, a large number of them appear to be damaged, to the point that some may not even be legible. In the process, though, you do uncover this small pool that slides around the room.
That what?
Oh yeah, sections of the puddle are active and mobile.
Yeah. So I hold out the little homunculus in my hand and say, so this came out of my blood. So don't bleed. I don't think you can't bleed. Can you, Imhotep?
Pips, you also have a +1 bonus to your next roll.
Oh, that's nice.
That's
I-
nice.
Can I see this homunculus?
I kind of I'm gripping it with both hands, holding it very tightly so it can't squirm out.
I just want to understand a little bit more, if I can.
Is it trying to escape?
Yeah, so go ahead and make an Arcana check, Tuga. Yuck.
I make it Arcana.
Make an Arcana. It's
Oh no!
it is a
something,
tiny. There is a tiny human in Roan's hand.
Ron, there's a human in your hands.
It is roughly 6 inches tall, but has adult proportions. It has no eyes and no openable mouth, but you can see where the features belong. Pips had a blood baby and named it Jeffrey Jr.
Oh my god.
Oh, we don't know that yet.
You don't know that yet. And you're showing Roan the cloaks, or are you just describing?
No, I have the cloaks, but I think we left them up there.
Okay. So yeah, what Burb talks about is camouflage cloaks with the sigil of the Black Cat Bandits. That is a very fresh image in your mind, Roan.
I'm starting to think this may have been a bad place to come to.
I mean, it was
It's
our
okay.
only real lead, though.
Did I, like, with that 14 investigation, did I find anything that mentioned black cats or Zithrorin at all?
Nothing that's legible. Most of the
Okay.
stuff on the floor is pretty damaged. And
Okay.
unless you want
There's
to start
nothing up
going
on-
through, you can start going
There's nothing
through
up-
books on the shelves.
Yeah, like I'll do like a cursory look at some of the books.
Okay. Give me another investigation check. This is going to be looking through specifically the top shelf of books.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to assist, you can roll at an advantage.
Yes.
But essentially everything on the floor and most of the bottom row of books are wrecked.
I can also cast guidance. Never mind.
Oh yeah.
I don't need it.
So, as you're looking around the room, playing pools, hot tubs, and beaches, you do find some mentions of Talona. You also
Who?
find Talona is the goddess of poisons, who you encountered a shrine to her when you fought Elrin, where he was
Right, right, right.
originally summoning Zathrorin.
Right.
You do find books that mention Zathrorin, but more in a cursory, like, listing of greater demons and potential ascensions to rulers of one of the hells. You also find a wizard's spellbook.
Ooh.
I've one of those before.
I look at it and I hand it to Imhotep.
All right, Imhotep, you have a wizard's spellbook in your inventory.
Yay.
I'm gonna.
Kid, like,
Loot.
yelling and yeah.
I just picture him clapping his hands, getting all excited like a kid.
Hells.
So you searched the top row of both of these?
Yeah, that's searching the top shelf of the books in the entire room.
What's your investigation?
Mine is so
It's a nat
bad.
20. I mean,
Mine's a
go
negative
ahead.
1.
Can I just like
You could,
kind of walk the room and
You
just
also, courtesy of Mr. Rain Spider, find 10 gold in the room as you're searching through the books.
Nice.
oh,
shiny
GG's,
Georgia
Rain.
coin on that one? Anyway,
that'd be mighty kind of you, Captain Spider.
Captain Spider.
Fireball.
Firebolt. What are you firebolting?
oh, nothing. I don't even know how that happened.
It just spontaneously firebolting
I
things.
burn the room down.
I think I had a macro. Oops. What was that slime? That's your blood baby?
No, the slime
No.
is not the blood baby.
It's just a slime.
The slime, yeah, is a... Mons has purchased a pack. Thank you, Mons. The slime is specifically a portion of the puddle that is moving freely, and seems to just be investigating the space.
Can I check?
Oh
Just
yeah,
don't-
that's a D&D pack. What's up?
Just don't bleed.
Let me check that thing out. What's the slime all about?
Okay.
Is that
What you doing there, Slime?
nature?
Yeah, you can do a nature check.
I can give you guidance.
Or
I can give you
survival, maybe?
guidance.
Guidance. Take that guidance.
Take
Take
that
that.
guidance.
Take that
Plus
one.
one.
Plus one.
What are you, slime?
It answers back, I don't know.
As you investigate it, it kind of shifts towards you and moves like it's going
Latches onto
to
your face.
climb up your leg and just move around. It won't if you move away, but that's the movement it's making. D&D packs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it stops in its space and just kind of burbles
Slime?
at you.
Wait, slime understands consent?
Yes.
Maybe.
Weird.
I'm going to investigate a different shelf
Okay.
with my whopping -1.
-1.
That's pretty good.
I did it.
Does
You
you get
did it.
guidance with that one?
The guidance was for Emotep's nature check.
Yeah,
Dang.
I can always just do it next time you guys do a thing. I'll just
Pew, pew.
I'll auto roll guidance.
Auto guide.
Oh, roll guidance.
I'll just add
So
D4 to all of my skill rolls.
Yeah.
Suburban, as you're looking around, one thing that catches you off guard is you find a set of writing implements. And some of them look like fresh feathers that are oddly similar to the ones on you.
These are my feathers.
Not specifically yours, but they
They're
are
mine.
Eric Cochran feathers.
I pull out my weapon,
Your
Slime moves
fists?
away.
my fist. I draw them.
You draw your fists. Make a performance check. When you realize the packs you bought before could have all been D&D and weren't. That's true. So the D&D packs are actually pretty new in the last week or so. Maybe 2 weeks. And I have added more cards in the interim. So it is an ever-growing thing. And your drawing of your hands, it's passable, I guess. It's better than a small child's. You drew a
Drawing it.
picture of Burb hands.
Like a weapon.
You drew them with daggers on the end.
No, I mean like I wield them.
I know. I was just making a joke.
I know. I'm just trying to ruin your joke.
Whatever.
I was making you a joke.
Making you a joke.
You're a joke.
So, is there really anything else worth looking at in here?
Well, we're trapped in here. The store's locked.
The door is locked. And Mons, your gift has been noted and it will be added to the field.
Oh god.
Oh, Gum.
Me.
Just with the books that I could find that had specific things that were related to or important to me, can I just put those in my backpack?
Yes. Shit, did I really I deleted it. Well, I fucked up. But that's okay. I will, I'll add that back later. It has been noted, Mons. Ooh.
+3.
Take it. Take that guidance.
Okay.
+3.
+3.
Didn't even need it. That's a 30.
Holy shit.
I mean, unless the DC was 25.
Yeah, you actually did just pass that that DC.
Second door.
So you do manage to pick the lock on this door.
I give two a high five.
Accept
Oh
it.
no! No! The slime!
Problem?
If it finds more blood, we're fucked.
Why? Your one's fine.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, maybe it's fine because it's my blood. What if it's like an evil person's blood or something? Or like,
Evil.
The cries of fear. I love it.
So do we want to go that way then?
that's
Oh,
a
yeah,
good
I
idea.
mean-
That's a good
Hey,
idea.
Last time I forgot.
Yeah, dude, I remember. Straight up forgot about it.
hey, slime, get back here.
Hey, slime, come here, dude. Here, slime. You want to come inside my shell?
Wait, did it come back when we called for it?
Make an insight check.
Guidance. I guide you.
Damn.
Super
look at that
guide.
shit.
No, it did not. While it might
Okay.
understand where you guys are, it doesn't seem to be following any kind of directions. Yes, so Mons, that summon will be added, and the party will encounter it as part of the finale.
Fuck.
What?
So how big is this ooze?
It's not huge. It's like
Will it
half
fit-
of a square.
Will it fit in a vial?
No, probably not. Like a normal, like a potion vial.
Will it fit in a water skin?
Yeah, 'cause we have a couple of those, I believe.
It might fit in a water skin, yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's only one of them, correct?
Yeah, I mean, there's only
Well,
this
there's
one that you've encountered.
All right,
There's
well,
only
I'm
one
going
that's
to-
mobile.
Can I try and pull it back into this room? Come here, slime. Follow me, slime.
Um,
Come on.
make a persuasion check.
Yeah, I do that. Persuasion.
Persuade that slime.
Persuade that slime.
Look at that.
Nice.
Herb's great at it.
Okay, I mean, yeah, the slime is not terribly intelligent.
And then I shut the door.
You make clapping and whistling noises at it. Just like, come here, slime. Come
Okay,
here.
you shut the
Just
door.
watching
There
you
you go.
guys do this. I'm just like, alright, yeah, it's
I did it, Ron.
I don't think you did.
Then why was it hanging out in the room before, and now it doesn't want to be in the room?
I don't know.
it wants you.
Did I see where it went? Like, in this room?
Yeah, it slid through the bottom of the door in front of you.
That doesn't make any sense.
Can I try and open this door?
It's locked.
I plugged the
Fuck
hole
locks.
underneath this door.
What are you plugging it with?
Something I have. Let me take a look.
Da, 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 da. Yes, stretch.
just
I don't
wanna-
actually know if I did that. So
I
I want to see if I can just break this door down for once.
okay.
So
Guidance.
just strength, straight strength check. Do you think?
Straight strength check.
straight
Guidance
strong.
won't be able to.
How strong?
I can't guide you on that. I'm sorry.
Nope.
No.
I hurt myself doing it. I
Oh,
try and
fuck.
kick the door, and I fall flat on my ass.
Yeah, you kick the door, and it gives no fucks.
Here, move your baby.
We can have a.
Oh no.
Yeah, the
That's a strong door.
the door
Well,
gives a sharp clang as you kick it, and nothing.
Okay.
Can you guys
Okay.
wait like 10 seconds?
In my tip. Let's both try. Our
Yeah.
powers
Okay.
combined.
Teamwork.
I'm just gonna watch you guys do this. This is really funny.
Okay, so strength check at advantage.
You guys are the worst.
I'm just watching this. Nice. Yes.
Wow.
Woo!
You suck.
Woo, dog.
I used
So-
both my good rolls already for the evening, so that's it.
I whispered to Tuga, I'm like, should I, step in
No,
or just
no,
let them
no,
keep going?
no.
Okay.
Just let's this happen. Let's just let this happen.
Okay. I mean, you guys can let it happen. Hey,
Yeah.
Google, set a
I
22-minute
feel like we're getting
timer.
really close here, Motep.
22 minutes. Starting now.
Starting
I
now.
felt it move a little bit.
I did too. It's like a jar of pickles. Okay, so ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, there you go. Smash.
Or it
zoom
just
in.
comes straight off its hinges.
You have managed to open the door. All
I
of your
high-five him,
noise
Motep.
has brought 2 more slimes to you.
I don't
Huh.
like this.
You sure? You don't like it?
These slimes are creeping me out.
Me too.
I'm going to use this fine set of clothing to plug the door.
Okay.
How do they react to my little homunculus in my hand?
Are you gonna like let it down near them or?
No, absolutely not. But
Absolutely not.
are they like attracted to it at all? If I like wave it in the air, do they like move slightly?
They have no response to you waving it in the air, like you just
Okay.
don't care.
How does the homunculus react to me doing that?
Not great. It throws up a little on your hand.
Aw.
Aw.
And they don't do anything to each other?
Nope, they just kind of move by
They don't-
each other.
They don't combine and grow bigger. Oh,
Nope.
I found something.
What's going on,
God.
Roan?
This is a whispery library.
What's going on? Oh. Oh, okay.
Excuse me, slime.
Getting some trucking in.
Hey,
Oh.
why aren't you letting me move? Come on.
Is this
Move, blubber.
Wait. Didn't Suburban, didn't Godfrey say this was this is supposed to be a huge library, right?
Just
In
some good old
Lyndhurst?
boys, never doing no harm. That's fair.
What is supposed to be what?
No, Godfrey said that there was supposed to be a gigantic library that they researched when they were trying to. Yeah.
Can I hear Roan over the whispering?
Um,
Yeah, is the whispering like on purpose, or is that just?
What do you mean? The whispering exists in your head. You can
Oh,
hear
fuck.
each other normally, but all of you in this space can hear this whisper.
We
Fantastic.
know that it's in our head then?
I would say no, because all of you can hear it consistently. There's no way to identify unless you take the time to like cover your ears and shit. That
So I start yelling responses to Roan.
okay.
Yeah, I think this is the library.
Oh, Imhotep casted. Yeah,
Emotep is using
Use-
Memories of the Fallen, but it
on
takes a
Steady
minute
Man.
On this dead guy.
on this dead guy.
You take
Boy,
out
let's
your
rob this
maracas
dead
and you
guy.
start shaking.
All right, so you guys have the opportunity to explore for a minute. I'm going to turn this down. I didn't realize that was still set at 5, so I apologize.
Oh,
Can
It's a
I
plant.
identify any of the voices behind me? Or like
Um,
just in my head?
make an intelligence check.
Just straight intelligence.
Just straight intelligence.
I can't move sideways. Doesn't put me in. No.
They sound like voices.
Cool. If I try and talk to the voices, can they talk back?
Can certainly try.
Can I discern what they're saying?
Suburban, make a perception check for me. And Roan, what are you saying to the voices in your head?
Who are you?
All right. So I also need you to make a perception check to see if you can pick out any kind of intelligent response to what you're saying.
Nope.
Nope.
It's very close to my 4th natural 20 of the evening.
In response to you asking a question, the voices get much louder in your head, but you are unable to discern if any of them is directly answering anything you just said.
Good, good.
Yes. Excellent.
I'm going to see if I could access some of my paladin abilities. I want to just do Divine Sense. Do a vibes check. See if we're dealing with anything.
Do a vibes check, celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. Nope.
And you're not just saying that because I can't use the power. I can actually do this.
Don't know.
Fine.
He's the worst.
No, I mean, I guess you would get like an empty feeling if you didn't know.
What would he be able to distinguish whether or not he's using it versus not getting a response?
Yeah, I would say that you do recognize that the ability takes effect. And you recognize it through a new class feature where you take a damage.
No.
Oh.
That's not cool.
That's fun. I take 1 damage.
You take 1 damage.
Why are you getting hurt?
You're not around to see this, so I don't know how you could comment.
That's fair. You are at the far end of the bookshelf here.
Okay.
I should have set up walls for that.
Walls.
Suburban, you can see though that Roan has some new friends.
I can't see anything.
What?
Too zoomed in.
Oh, too zoomed in. And Emotep.
Where?
If you already witnessed the creature's death. Okay,
see,
so
Roan.
you get to see how the creature died. Roan is down here.
I don't see Ron.
This way.
Yes,
How'd
I
you
don't,
die, friend?
I don't see anything down there. I see a dead skeleton.
Oh, you don't see the tokens?
Nope.
Rude.
I see one. Hey, Brown. How's it going?
I just
Where
got
you-
a slightly bloody nose that I haven't realized yet.
Where are you going, Roan?
Yeah, he's the one to go that
I
way.
noticed the slimes were kind of crowding around me, and I got a little nervous.
So Emotep, you see a vision of
Slime.
these small slimes forming around the body of this elderly man in scholarly robes as they start to dissolve him. And it doesn't appear to be...
Fantastic.
He doesn't appear to notice it happening, but he dies.
Your face looks a little cold there, Gum.
My face looks a little cold. I have to set up a different timer. Please hold.
So, how'd this guy die? Emotep.
The slimes.
The
Stay away.
slimes.
Was that homunculi a gray slime before you found it?
No, it
I-
was blood.
Well,
Run.
it was blood combined with this. I take out
It was
my
old
sword,
blood.
knowing what these things are capable of, and I try stabbing one of them.
Okay, make an attack roll for me.
Wait.
And
It-
what one are you stabbing?
The one to my right.
This guy here?
No, my right.
You're right.
Like, okay, so here. I'm facing.
No, I got it.
There we go.
Alright, so go ahead and make your attack.
Wait, Suburban sounded like he wanted to say something.
Forget.
Okay.
That was minutes ago.
Minutes ago.
Might as well be days.
Okay. So you stab down at the slime and you watch a section of it pull away as your sword stabs the floor. And nothing happens.
I don't like this.
Looks like you
I-
got a little blood on your nose.
I explained that the old man didn't really react and was just kind of doing his own business.
Everybody, just stay away for a quick second.
Okay.
Are you gonna go all radiant?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
What'd you say?
There we go. God damn it.
Bam! Just radiant.
Can't hear you.
Okay, so you're going radiant consumption?
I'm going to try.
Gaining a level.
Alright, so
So,
go ahead and roll your damage. Token.
I try my best to actually listen to see if I can hear the voices, but I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, the voices are very difficult to listen to,
Especially with Gum talking.
especially with me talking.
Beep.
And you do see a vibrant, bright shine as all of them take 3 damage. Lasts for 1 minute until you end it as a bonus action. And all of them shriek a little bit.
Yeah, I bet you don't like that, do you? Uh-oh.
Does a 23
Oh,
hit?
shit! Wait, do I get any bonuses with the shield on? Any, or like any AC to that?
Let me double check what a buckler is in 5e.
It's a nice buckler.
Something about the police and running. I don't know.
It's okay.
She's running.
I tried to deafen you and then listen, but still can't hear.
Okay, it's 2 AC, so I have 21 armor class now.
Ooh.
Details, shield. Okay. Oh, you have more than one shield equipped.
What? I do?
Oh, it's because of the fucking boots.
Those aren't shields.
I know,
Oops.
but that was the only way to get them to show up as effects.
You just have a pair of boots as a shield.
I have boots on my arms.
All right, hang on. Let me add this
I mean-
in.
They are steel tip shoes, so you know. Jeez.
There you go. It still
Doesn't matter a
hits.
whole bunch.
So you take 6 points of damage.
Ow! Ah, fuck me.
And another 6 points of damage.
I mean, they get plus 10 to hit.
And a miss. All right, you got a little lucky.
Suck it, slime.
So,
What you doing over there, Ron?
I don't know what you doing.
So-
we just hear. "Pling."
You see Roan start to shine, and then you hear a high-pitched metallic, "Ah!" and then stabbing.
Oh,
As-
Can you repeat that?
Can
No,
you
I'm
say
not,
that again?
I'm not doing that again.
What was that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
come on.
I mean, some of this gets lost in translation, so
And you hear Roan grunt as a couple of these things make contact.
Brewski,
Okay.
Can you clip that?
I'll kill you all.
I don't know.
BBK.
Obviously.
The button.
campaign's over.
Obviously, yeah.
I'll
Well,
just separate
start
later on.
moving over there and see what's going on.
So-
Oh, Roan, what's going on?
If I could have everybody roll initiative, let me get a combat going.
Combat. Roll initiative. Nice.
Don't worry,
Nice.
guys.
Nice. We got this. We got
These slimes are a little ridiculous.
this.
I said you want it.
Oh God, I love it.
Oh my god.
It's just making up for all the rolls not going your way against the birds.
Apparently,
Man.
that's some hella fast slime.
Yeah,
They're
well,
amazing. So, beginning combat, this slime is up first and is going to go ahead and try to spike you here, Roan.
Get fucked, slime.
Get fucked. Next slime. Yes, Cam, these are the slimes.
Excuse me. Can't have a hand in this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Cam helped.
Oof.
The
I thought we were friends,
slimes.
Cam.
So, Roan, you take another 6 points of damage.
I'm not doing too hot.
Choose a player to get -1 on their next roll. Who was that aimed at? Refresh.
Come.
Okay. That's fine. A 27 still hits. All right, next up. I got caught up in the thrill of violence. All right, so let's add our -1 to this.
0.
So crit fail for that slime. And this one is in a far off space. So, Roan, it is your turn.
Okay.
Let me go back and
So-
look at your... At the end of each of your turns. So, did you take the radiant damage yourself, the 3 points? Half
I
to
did
1?
not.
All right, so -1 because you're resistant to radiant damage.
Okay.
All right,
All
and
right.
it is your
So-
turn.
I'm gonna stab this one. Or try
Okay.
to.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack. All right, so a 20 hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. Hey, what's up, Widow? All right, so 7 points of slashing damage. And what are you
I'll
doing?
attack again.
Okay, you attack again. "14 hits.
Okay. Don't forget to make those con saves.
Yes! Astounding.
What?
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 Nothing.
What?
Just keep
Cam is
going.
giving
Do your thing.
a ton of-
Wow.
Cam's giving me an inspiration point. Because they're amazing.
So is it like okay? So can I do my radiant damage and then Misty Step away, or do I have to do?
Radiant damage happens at the end of your turn, so if you Misty Step, no one will be
It's-
affected.
Okay. All right.
Let's see how it is.
Listen, GM's got to hang out, man. That's
Yeah,
how this
then
works.
players- that just means players get to hang out too.
Yeah, I know. I see you guys.
Oh no, other players in other games.
Other players in other games.
Yep.
Are you inviting
I
Dave
should
in?
have done this before. That
Should have done what before? So, Roan, I will say, as you stab the slime, you
Yeah.
watch as its body changes and becomes less viscous and more solid as your sword slams home.
Does it have to do the con save or?
It does not need to do the con save because it is immune to necrotic damage.
Dang.
I can't wait. The most useless kobold ever.
Wait, are we getting a kobold?
No. For
I'm gonna
I got excited.
for the December
Like-
game.
useless character.
And I guess with a first level spell, I'm just gonna cast. I should have done this beforehand, but I'm gonna just
Yeah.
use this.
All right, so
Probably.
divine favor
Yeah,
Divine favor.
as a bonus action.
yeah, and I guess I'll hold that until the next one. Or wait, it lasts a minute, so. Okay.
You can set the DC super low and let you go through anyways.
Alright, so do that damage to these stupid slimes.
Okay, so as you hit it the second time, you see it absorb more of the blow, and it does not appear that any of that damage got through.
Cool.
Uh-oh.
Cool.
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 Maybe I should have added a smite to that just to see what would happen. It's too late now, though.
Okay.
All right, so that brings us to Tuga's turn.
Hi. Hey.
Wait,
What's up?
wait, what about the radiant damage for all of them?
Oh yeah, roll your radiant damage. All right, so the one that you were hitting as the
Keep track of all
radiant
these boosts.
boost for the turtle. Oh, I didn't see what the boost was. Oh god. There's so many things happening.
Yep. Enjoy it.
A baby dragon. Choose a party member and they get a +1 bonus for the turtle.
Hey, look, that's me.
But that wasn't your card, Mons. So Widow. Widow, who is that boost for?
Way back when? I think it's mine.
No, she just played one. Like,
No.
oh, I guess it's 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, right after she joined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Pips gets an inspiration point.
Oh, I have 2 inspiration points now.
So the boost is
Oh,
for
yeah.
Burb. And an inspiration point for Pips. We'll have to figure that one out because they don't stack, but
Cool.
we'll work something out. So the slime in front of you does not appear again to take any of that radiant damage, but instead shores up its own defenses.
Excuse me.
You're excused. But the remainder of them around you do take that 3 damage. And that brings us to Tuga's turn.
Hi.
Tuga.
I see. My well then get hit a lot. Looks like she's badly injured, so I will use. I'll use an action to use the wand invigoration.
Okay.
Let's see. I want to use Let's see. 2d6.
It is.
I'll use
It is time,
2
Mons.
charges. I'll use 2 charges. So
2
normal.
charges.
Wow, and then another one. Nice. Okay, it's at least 10 to her. You know what?
2
I'll
more
use
cards
another charge
played.
because it looks like she took a lot.
What do you mean? Be nice to the guys.
Yeah,
That's just rude.
Wow. Whatever.
Tuga, you know,
Look at Tuga with these heals. All right, so 7, 10, 13 points of healing total.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Thank you, Suga.
Wow. I don't have to use a spell for that.
You guys, yeah, listen, I want to clarify that what happens next, totally not me. I didn't do it.
Excuse me.
Yep.
Sorry,
you heard
what?
me. I did not do
wait,
it.
sweet. Yeah, can't wait. All right, I am going to not do anything right now. I am done.
You're
What
done?
about Blubber?
I have to wait. Blubber has her.
Oh yeah, Blubber
turn.
has. Okay, yeah, right.
I'm gonna stab Gum as soon as he's a player. Wow.
Oh,
All right, so next up is this slime up at the top here above you, Roan. He's just gonna have himself a stab.
It's giving me a rigid spike from behind.
Yep. But it missed. All right, so that brings us to Blubber's turn.
Blubber.
Blubber. Blubber.
Blubber is going to rage.
Okay, Blubber rages.
And
GG's
just,
Blubber.
Vex,
She's angry.
Rage. Bonus.
Angry.
And she's gonna come up
I'm
and
gonna turn Roan's light down because
actually right here so she can flank this one in front of her. Cool.
or I'm
This is
not
the
because
tough
it's not
boy
gonna let me.
slime.
So which one is she going to do again?
What is happening?
She's going to maul.
She's going to the mall.
Yeah, she's gonna maul.
Mall.
Fuck.
Token. Vision.
Oh,
yeah,
Oh,
do it.
and that was without advantage.
yeah. Critical hit. Maul him. It's 4 plus 2. 4, 8, 12 plus 2. Wait,
Why didn't that double the dice?
yeah. Should have been.
Yeah, it should have been
10
2d8.
plus
You're
4.
hacking things.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Another
roll
5.
roll another 1d8. And you're attacking this one?
The
This
one
one
to the
up.
left.
Yeah.
Yes, there's not one there, Gum.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Yes, there is, but everybody
look
everybody
at that.
shifted over on my
Oh,
screen.
okay. Rip.
Cheating.
All right,
It
so
inflicts damage.
None of this damage counts.
so
So
So you watch as the the creature solidifies further. None of the damage seeming to impact it.
is it still able to move?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a solid at this point. How is it moving if it's a solid?
I'll show you solid.
It's not a solid. Cam.
There's only 3 now?
No, there's 4.
Oh, okay, there's the 4th.
Maybe we should change text on this.
Just to clarify. No, I'm not going to do it yet. You guys don't have the required knowledge. Cam,
This
I'm
is
so
bullshit.
proud of you. I'm so proud of all of this.
We're all gonna die.
Yep, we're gonna die to a bunch of
Okay.
fucking slimes.
We'll be okay.
Good job,
I mean-
Cam.
We're fine.
Yeah.
Only
you're
one of us has
happy.
been hurt, right?
What?
Yeah, that's true.
Only one of us has been hurt. And they
Only
don't
one of
attack
us, yeah.
That haven't been
Yeah.
injured.
Still have my revives.
I would like to clarify that Roan stabbed first. So
I would like to clarify that Imhotep said that they ate a person after they surrounded it, okay?
You drew first blood.
So Suburban, it's your turn. And random,
Yeah.
any bees that you redeem will be added to the final dungeon. They will not be added at the moment.
I have some concerns that we won't make it to the final dungeon.
You'll be fine.
I mean, Ron did stab first, but Ron did not hit first.
That's true.
So they don't know that it was attacking. Mm,
Can I relay to Suburban that melee attacks don't seem to be working?
well, that's going to be useless for me then, because that's all I can do.
I know.
So
Throw books at them.
Really just selling that dragon's breath spell on me.
Make an insight check, Suburban.
can I, if I haven't seen any of this, since I'm on the opposite side of the bookcase?
If I get, that's fair.
I mean, I wasn't able to see Roan bleed from the nose, so
I guess Rowan, make an insight check to see if. Let's see what you can determine here.
That one. Oh, okay.
Okay, 16. It's a non-Newtonian fluid. The harder you hit it per round, the less happens. It has nothing to do with melee or anything. It has a damage threshold, and then you only make it stronger.
This feels kind of broken.
Wait, what?
Oh, okay.
Damaging it makes it stronger?
The creatures have a damage threshold, and damage over that threshold makes them more resistant to damage.
Had to
Weak.
pull out all might and just keep on punching them.
Go punch it.
It got stronger and stronger.
Go
Just have
punch
to put
them.
more and more.
Punch.
Not too hard. Imagine like you're fighting kids.
Are you sure it's a
Imagine
verb?
you're punching Jeffrey.
that would not stop me.
That's
Imagine you're punching Jeffrey.
Are they animals? Why is there a kid
Oh,
here?
I don't have a
Why's
freezing
Jeffrey
spell.
here?
This is not my fault.
There's a kid there.
This is a very bad time for that.
Oh god, that's great. That's great.
But you do see Jeffrey, javelin in hand. Thank you,
Oh, yeah?
Mons.
Yeah.
Be Jeffrey to the slimes.
They got an idea. Where do I see Jeffrey? Because I don't see any. So
He's over here.
okay. Is he gone yet?
What? No, he's still there.
No, has he gone yet?
Oh, no, I haven't put him in initiative yet. He just made his way down the stairs.
I'll hold my action for Jeffrey's turn.
Okay. What action are you holding? He goes right after you, apparently.
Perfect. I'm gonna wait until Jeffrey approaches a slime.
And that is Jeffrey's turn. I was going to have him fight you guys, but I didn't think it was nice.
That'd be fine.
That'd be fine. All right, so Suburban, Jeffrey isn't going to engage in combat if there's anything you want to do on your turn.
And why is he here?
He was brought down to help. He was summoned by the wonderful folks in chat.
To help, but not to actually do anything.
I mean,
Right, moral
he can
support
go
as we
stab
die.
them.
So which ones have you hit, Ron? Just that one?
Just that
The
one.
other ones have been taking 3 damage at a pop from my radiant consumption.
Yep, and they have consistently taken it.
Okay, so I'm going to attack once,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna 5 foot and attack the second time, so I don't provoke.
Okay. So attacking once. Yeah, that definitely hits. All right, so you manage to punch the slime in the face.
Probably doesn't have a face.
And what one are you going after? The same one?
Yeah.
Okay. So 23 hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
It can take sneak attack.
Yeah, you have advantage on the strike, so you could go for sneak attack.
I'm just clarifying whether it be something that does not take.
Oh, like it's capable of being sneak attacked?
Yeah. I'm
Uh,
pretty sure it is.
yeah, I don't know.
But
I don't know how tremor sense works, but I think having advantage gives you that anyways.
Yeah.
How? 12 damage.
How? Look at that damage. So you do manage to get in a couple good strikes, but your fists are a little sore as this slime appears to be hardening up as well. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Hmm.
Fly up in the air so you can't get hit.
How high is the ceiling?
You have a 15-foot ceiling, and you imagine that if you're even 5 foot up in the air, they probably aren't going to be able to hit you. They seem very ground-based.
Okay, I do that.
Okay. So, Emotep, you're up, bud.
I'm gonna try something. I don't know if it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Only one way to find out.
Oh boy.
Fireball Roan.
Yeah,
Fireball round.
GG's.
You can't kill Roan if I kill Roan.
Error 404. This card does nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna attack this one.
Okay.
One of those.
With one of those.
Nice.
I mean, that would work on these things immensely well.
That's terrible.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh,
A
I get
10.
a thing. I get a
Oh.
what you call it? +1? I don't want to use it though.
You do get a +1.
I don't think.
Or- yeah, I'll use it on my next one maybe. Let me see. No, I won't.
Okay.
9?
So, as your laceration sinks into the creature, its defenses are once again bolstered, and it takes no damage.
Damn it. And then it doesn't get anything reduced because it didn't take any damage.
Because it didn't take any damage. Oh, you have to hit with both for it to be reduced anyways.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair. All right.
So against DR all?
Yeah. It has a finite cap per round of what damage it can take. And
This is a
then
real creature?
it
Oh,
is
okay.
a custom creature.
Ah, that would be why.
Got him, Jeffrey.
Get him, Jeffrey.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
So Roan is still the only one that has hurt this slime.
Does anything else have DR all?
Nope.
Nope. And next up is this little guy, who has
Mm, 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 mm.
24 to hit for 14 points of damage.
Oh, fuck.
And all right, he didn't have any. And as soon as it hits you, you watch as it melts back down into a small puddle, losing all of its defense. This one is going to flip a coin. 1d2. So 1 is Roan. Oh, 2 it can't. Never mind. Roan is the only target left available to it.
No. Rip.
Because Burb flew out of range.
It's okay. Doesn't
Oh,
matter, miss.
fuck. Thank you.
Remember the inspiration. I'm gonna hang on to that one. Just for a little bit. And it is Roan's turn.
Okay, so do I notice Jeffrey wander in?
Yeah, I mean Jeffrey's over here. He's got a spear. He's good to go. He's ready to help
Jeffrey,
you out.
Jeffrey, you stay there. Get with Tuga.
I'm here to help. I brought
know
my,
you're here to help,
my
and
spear.
And I appreciate that. You're my backup.
No, Finn, no
So
one's
if
here.
you see-
God damn it.
If you see anything, like if anything happens to me, you go with Tuga, all right?
Okay. And he looks at Tuga like,
Make sure nothing happens to him, all right? If you're going to be my backup, you make sure nothing happens to Tuga.
okay.
Hey,
Let him fight. Come on. Mons is itching for him to get into combat.
No.
Go over there and punch him so hard.
Okay. So I just Blubber can understand me, right?
oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna point to this one and say he's all yours, or it, or whatever. I don't know how these slimes identify.
Bring it.
And I tell Imhotep, pick a slime and attack it, but don't attack it twice.
Okay.
Suburban understands this already, so I don't have anything to tell him.
How's the boy gonna learn
Alright.
if he never gets to fight? Yeah, see, Cam's all about this. How come Jeffrey can't learn?
Because if anything happens to Jeffrey, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Roan's going ham on this slime.
You got a blood baby.
You got a blood baby.
Yeah.
You got new
Yeah,
Jeffrey.
gotta
Forget old Jeffrey. You got baby Jeffrey.
I have no idea what's happened to this blood baby at this point. I assume
now in
I just-
stores.
tied it up and put it in my backpack for safekeeping.
Okay.
I'm going to attack the one behind me.
Yeah, 13 just hits.
Okay. Uh-oh.
For 12 points of damage. So you watch as it takes a good chunk of that, but also
But it
begins to
solidifies.
solidify.
Barely.
Barely.
There's a bear.
There's a bear. How about that moose that
It's
broke into a
still-
fucking school?
How is it still only barely injured, though?
I mean, at a certain point when damage is capped,
This is
you should
like-
train the baby into an attack baby.
It's going to take a while.
Oh, also. Okay. We're good. Do your thing.
Alright. Let's see. I think that's really all I can do at this point. Unless... Let me see if there are any paladin type things I can do in a bonus action.
Them Palydans. I mean, you can Misty Step away. Cam says swing twice. What are you doing?
I've heard, like, everybody's... No, we've all... Each person has a slam to attack, Cam! I'm not falling for this again.
Yeah, see? Cam says you just gotta hit it harder.
I tried doing that. It's not Dragon Ball Z logic. It doesn't work.
Throw some smites at it. Alright, Ron, what would you like to do?
I'm just gonna stand here and take it.
Alright, go ahead and roll your radiant damage. What if you crit, though? Maybe that would help.
I mean, you can take the dodge action.
Yes, but Roan already did an attack as an action.
Yeah. Multi attack is a feat I have, but
Be a rogue then.
Yeah, be a rogue.
sorry, not everybody can take 2 levels in Rogue.
Alright,
Oops.
so that gets
Undo.
that. This one already
Give me
went.
all the heals. I'll just tank these things.
Yeah, I'll heal up a little bit more.
Okay.
Heal
So
a fair
they
bit
are
of
going
damage.
to bounce. And Tuga, it's your turn.
Well, hi. I'm going to just do another 3 charges of the wand on.
Come on, Jeffrey, you can do it. Pave the way, put your back into it. Alright, you're doing some more wanding?
Yeah, I'm going to use 3.
Okay.
Just so I can get the charge out. There's 1. Great, so that's 5. Then, wow.
Apply healing.
Then,
Apply healing.
wow, look at these stupid rolls.
Oh,
5,
no.
4, 3.
Apply. I gotta apply that twice because I accidentally did apply damage.
Ow.
Yep, and then let's see. Can't do anything. With my
Brutal.
You're spelling Jeffrey wrong. Damn. Just an FYI.
Oh, yeah.
It's Geoff, not Jeff.
G off, and that's it for right now. Oh no, I didn't actually.
Mon's coming in with 5 more packs. Thank you, sir.
I was going to see if Tuca would know of any of these slime properties.
That's the worst form of Jeff
Nature.
with a G. Did you have some pumpkin whiskey tonight? All of your spelling went out the window?
Oh, come on.
I spell it my way.
Cool. I'm done basically.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah. I was gonna try to do a nature roll, but I already used my action.
All right, so it is. Oh, it's this little slimy boy's turn.
Which one?
Rigid Spike, the one above you.
Shit. Ow.
And you take 8 points of damage.
Hey, look, all that healing I did.
Oh shit!
Just
All
God.
that healing.
It's okay. That's fine.
Is that a 29? Yes. Who would build
These
this?
lines-
You built it! You helped me build it!
This is super OP.
And it shifts back to its small little bubble boy form. Everyone
Bubble
is
boy.
still alive.
Yeah, we're good. We're
And
still fine.
it is
now.
it's Blubber's turn.
Hey, it's Bubba. Blubber's gonna see what Roan did and attack this one in front.
Okay.
Hey, let's do them all.
Doing them all.
Advantage because of flanking.
Yep. Ball. 16 hits.
Cool. Okay. Fantastic.
Okay.
Does it retain its soft and squishy nature?
It just bumps up 1.
Okay. Now whose turn is it?
Now it's a Burb's turn.
It's a bird turn.
I don't know why I keep falling for that Discord noise, because Discord doesn't play sounds while I'm streaming.
Wait, what card did
That was
Black
creepy.
Widow send me?
What?
card
Pips,
did
that
Black
card
Widow
was
send
for
me?
you. Please hold. It's the Gasping Zombie card. No. It's, oh shit, Voyeuristic Intervention
Huh?
is an epic. So you get a +2 bonus to your armor class for 2 rounds.
Hey.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So let me just pop that in. The last card. Yeah, that'll be for the final fight. Effects. Armor class, bonus. +2 for 2 rounds. Boom. Oh, and Rain is giving you a +1 bonus.
My crew, they're so loyal.
All right, Burb. What you got?
Is it investigation or whatever to find out more about the actual slimes?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Sweet. I'm garbage at that.
We got you, first mate Pips.
1.
Yeah, they are. Other than what you're learning
They're
in
slimy.
combat, they are pretty rough.
Alright, I'm going to draw a weapon. And I'm going to swing.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh, fuck.
All right, go ahead and roll your damage.
Figure out which I'm rolling here.
I think you have to do damage and other formula. It should trigger both. Let me double check the... Yeah, so damage is 1d6 plus mod, and other formula is the 3d6.
Oh, I can't do both. As soon as I choose one, it doesn't let me do the other one.
Oh, just roll 3d6 then.
Actually, 5d6 because I'm flanking.
5d6. So 3 of them will be necrotic. Is that another bump here for Roan?
So I'll roll the 3.
Yeah, it looks like it is.
Submit changes.
Here's the other 2. So
It
that's
is indeed.
8 regular damage and then 10 necrotic,
Okay.
right?
So 5 bump. And you get 5 temp or 10 temp HP. You gain temporary hit points equal to the extra damage bill. Yeah.
Suck the life out of a slime.
Eat it.
Can you scroll down chat log? All right, please hold. Oh, that's rolls. Unless it's not updating, but the last thing Burb rolled is 2d6. All right, is there anything else you want to do on your turn, Burb?
Don't think I can do anything else because I drew.
Okay. Also, Roan, you are getting quite the boosts here.
Yes, everybody likes me now. It's so strange, but I love it.
It's so strange. Eat the slimes like Jello.
I
Also, I need to
mean,
tell them
how
what
much are
they
you going to pay for us to do that? What is Jeffrey doing? Jeffrey?
Jeffrey's moving up so that he can defend Tuga.
Okay.
He's ready.
Okay.
He's armed and ready.
The moment I see a slime trying to attack him, I'm gonna grab. I'll take the attacks of opportunity and just grab him and run.
Just launch him. Just GTFO.
Yeah, no, Imhotep can use fling on him and just send him backwards.
I'm pretty sure that'll kill him, but do what you're gonna do. Imhotep, it's your turn.
My turn.
Your turn.
Yeah, so this one and this one are squishy right now.
Yep.
Did we figure out what the threshold was?
No.
I'm gonna guess that it's probably around like 10 or so, maybe.
It has been regularly taking your radiant damage, Roan. So
Yes.
that's 3 points, and then most hits after that, some of it's getting shaved off.
Yeah.
That's the
Okay.
extent you guys know.
Okay.
So you can lacerate the one to my left. Oh wait, the one like the
This
one
one?
to the left of me and the one behind me. Yes.
And that one.
If we were going by the way Roan is facing, it'd be my
Laceration.
right.
I think it'd be too much damage.
What do you have that won't do too much damage then?
Like a crossbow. A regular crossbow.
Not the
I don't
cannon
know.
fodder crossbow.
Yeah, like everything I have is kind of a little much. Or at least has the potential.
We see
to be.
something that's never been done. Imhotep takes out a crossbow and thing.
Pew!
Yeah, I mean let's try it.
This one? Okay. Making the pew pew.
I'm gonna take that +1.
Just
for this.
fucking send it.
I'll grab that +1.
Cute.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh,
11
well.
unfortunately misses as
What about a
The-
12 though?
nope.
Oh, did you already add the +1 in?
Yeah, +1's already in there.
Okay.
As the slime splits itself open and curves around where the bolt slams into the floor. It's not having it.
Fucking slime.
25
Burpees.
burpees.
This is payback for the slimes, isn't it?
Wait, I'm not getting hurt by him.
You know what that means, though. If I got a squat.
No, I don't.
No.
Yeah, that's it. I can't even bonus action it.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna do my 10 burpees here. Yes, 13 just hits. Oh yeah, Mons gave you an additional boost. So go ahead and roll your damage there, Emotep, while I do some burpees. I know it says 25, but Roman keeps cheating.
Not cheating.
It is cheating. You're trying to trick me.
You do that yourself.
I mean, that's true.
Roll that damage.
Oh, Mons helped me. Nice. I don't even know how much damage this thing does. Look at that. 8, 9.
Max damage.
Holy fuck.
That burpees suck. My
Yeah,
buddy's hockey
burpees are
team
the
had to
worst.
do them on the ice. Fucking skates and gear. Terrible.
You can thank Pips for the burpees. That's gonna be every time now.
God damn it. All right, so while I catch my
Burpees or
breath.
squat thrusts, whatever you call them.
And a 22 does not hit Roan.
Nope. Thank you, Widow.
Everybody.
Everybody loves Rowan.
You got bonuses from Widow, Mons, and Rain.
You're all great. I love you all.
Do you see what your armor class is right now?
Insane. That's what it is.
Oh, Cam believes in me. So let's we're gonna rigid spike here against Blubba.
Yeah, love it.
Plus 1d6 to hit.
That's
Wow.
Wow.
So the only reason that misses is because it was a crit fail.
Yeah, otherwise it would have hit.
That would have hit.
Take that, Cam.
Your faith was misplaced. It's all right.
You shows.
These guys don't know enough. What the fuck? Holy shit!
Wow, back to back.
Pip's current AC is 27, by the way.
Want, want.
And that is one round. So at the start of Pip's next turn, it returns to normal. But it's your turn.
Whose turn?
Roan,
My turn. Okay.
your turn.
So I'm going to attack the one behind me.
Oh, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Those are all off. That's off now. And that's all off. Okay, so all of them are currently in their liquid state.
Okay.
Liquid. Liquid!
Liquid!
I prefer solid.
I believe in you. You get a plus 1d6 to your roll, by the way, Roan.
I will hold on to that because I think 13 hits, right?
Yeah, 13 hits. You're hitting this guy here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, so hang on tight to that 1d6. All right, 12
It
points
turns
of
rigid.
damage, and he does indeed turn rigid once more.
uh, I have the sense of humor of a 15-year-old.
Yep, somebody has to.
And I'm going to use my second attack on this slime.
Okay.
And you know what? I'll add that 1d6 to it.
All right, go ahead and add your 1d6. All right,
Nice.
so a 16 does indeed hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Awesome, awesome.
Awesome possum. Okay. And go ahead and roll your radiant. Damaji. Feel the wrath of the gods. What is that card?
Ooh, that sounds bad.
Sounds like it should be in the other game.
Yeah, kind of does, doesn't it?
A random minor curse is applied to a player of your choice until their next long rest. So, please hold
Giant
while I roll
Roll
on
that
the
1d4.
no 1d100.
Oh,
It's a random curse. All right, apply damage and roll 1d100. And let me go to my Google Docs for stream and see what a 47 is. Nope, that's the wrong one. D100 minor curses, 47. Okay. Emotep, you feel the effects of a strange curse afflict you.
Ooh.
Ooh.
He loves
You
it.
don't know what it does, though. He loves it. Hey, Mikey. All right, Tuga.
Hi.
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 So far, these two have been hit with a sword, and everyone has been hit with some radiant damage.
I'm radiant.
Cool.
Maybe it's radiant. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah, I'll just heal Rowan up a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you.
Giving a pew
Yeah.
pew with the Healy wand.
I mean, I have so much charges of this thing.
For now.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice.
Oh, shit.
Shit. Yeah, it's just for spell slots right now. Use another one, then I'll be good.
Okay. So two slots of healing for Roan. Womp womp.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes, it's more than fine.
More
very
than
good. Thank you.
fine. And it is a Slimy Boy's turn.
Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bruh.
Or slime, or however you identify again. No judgment here.
And a 22 misses. Redeemed hydrate. All right. We're hydrating.
Drink it. Drink it. Put it in your mouth. Drink it.
Yeah, well, after dinner, I've just been drinking a lot of water.
Oh god, I'm so salty right now.
All right. It is Blubber's turn.
Well, it's a good thing you hydrate then. Get rid of that salt.
Yep, that's
Get rid
exactly
of
what
some
I'm
of that
doing.
salt. You salty bitch. Random, who is getting your plus 1d6? Wow, look at them little ghosts.
Bandage help.
Ooh, to the slime. All right, so Blubber,
What's this one, by the way?
17 does hit. As I spin in my chair.
Ooh, max damage on that bad boy.
for 14 points of... Look at that cool cat.
Slime.
And Roman says hi to everyone in the chat. Yes, November 29th is the t-shirt giveaways. That will be our season finale, so we wanted to do something a little extra special.
Who are we fighting? A giant slime.
Just fucking 15 of these bad boys all night.
Nice.
That would take so long.
It would take so long.
Maybe.
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 And that brings us to Burb.
What attack has seemed like it's done the most damage?
Actual damage that's stuck? I mean, the scimitar was probably the most beneficial to you.
Well, not to me. I just mean of everyone.
I mean, all of them seem to be doing similar amounts of damage. Roan's Radiant Aura seems to have the most effect, but it's hard to say if that's because it's low damage or because of the timing of the hit. And Burb gets a +1 bonus to whatever you're doing. +1 bonus. Oh. I'm so excited for you guys to come up against all this shit that's popping up.
So 5 foot here.
Okay.
Man, I really want to punch Jeffrey.
Get the fuck out, Jeffrey.
You said +1?
Yes, +1. From Lady Widow. A +1 to Burb.
+1. That's not gonna matter.
And who were you hitting?
The slime.
Okay. But yeah, that is unfortunately a miss. Dun 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 dun. Bop. What you doing, Burb? Do you want to try and give it a punch? I will say you do know that Blubber already hit this one.
You can hit the one next to me here. Oh, it hasn't been hit yet.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. All right, so it's Jeffrey's turn. He is smart enough to kind of scope out the area and shift back in his square that it might not be for him. And Emotep. Emotep. Emotep.
Jeffrey didn't do anything?
Jeffrey didn't do anything.
What are you doing, Jeffrey?
I'm
He
glad
is-
he's here.
Jeffrey,
He is taking Roan's
He is-
recommendation of not
That's
fighting.
important.
Jeffrey's
he's
going
doing
to
what I
fireball
told
the
him to
party.
do.
Fireball the party. Yes.
Jeffrey fireballs the party.
I'll do that one again.
Okay.
Like crossbow.
Light crossbow. Pew pew.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't need help
23
that time.
does hit. Have him stab a slim for 6
Damage
points
us.
of damage. But
Damage us,
unfortunately,
Jim.
you watch as the creature solidifies,
Damn it.
Oh,
having already
dang
reached
it.
its damage threshold. Roan stabbed it at the beginning of the round.
Oh no.
Sorry, boy.
I gotta pay
Sorry
attention.
for him.
I mean, they have all been hit this round, so they didn't really
true.
make a
There's
difference.
nothing I can even do.
Oh no, Burb, did you hit? You could have hit this one.
I
That
didn't
one
hit
had
him.
not been hit.
That one didn't
Too
get
late.
hit.
Whisper, 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 whisper.
I don't think it's worth any of my expendable stuff because it's not really doing damage.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I
same.
was saying more to Emotep.
Yeah.
Because
got-
I assume you guys are at a point where you would have been keeping track. So you would know that this one had not been hit if you chose to do that instead.
I mean, yeah, if I can apply 6 to there, then that's cool. And then that's it, because anything else I do is too much.
I'm so proud of you guys. Look at you go.
Fun times.
Restraint.
That's right, practicing restraint. So Roan does a 30 hit.
Eh. Huh.
It is a set amount of damage.
Thank
So
you.
you take 7 points of damage.
Which one stabbed me again, just so I can keep track?
This one.
Okay. He's next.
He's next. No, I'm not doubling. I don't. Although the critical is a point to hit, I'm not doubling the damage because I don't think the creatures are intelligent enough to do anything with critical damage. Like to know finite points of extra stabs. If we summon in the other game, they will appear in the final game. I'm limiting summons in Olympus because of the nature of the game. Oh, and let me turn his stuff off.
The only thing you've got other things to summon that's not magical though, don't you?
Yeah, there is some stuff like wandering monsters will show up in Olympus. Essentially, was that another fucking crit fail? Holy
Good fuck,
shit!
I mean, you're rolling a lot of dice. And that's
I am
surprising.
rolling a lot of dice.
So if you summoned an NPC like Widow did,
Right.
that could show up.
Rain also summoned an NPC who will appear at some point. And a 15 misses, so that brings us to Roan's turn.
Okay. Third and first, same as the first and second, I guess. I'm going to attack the one behind me.
Okay, 22, you're attacking this one?
Yes.
22 does hit, but
Oh, is it a...
it has not taken its turn yet, so it is still slightly solid.
Ah, damn it.
They reset at the start of their turn, not at the top of the round.
Can I attack a different one then?
Yes.
Are any of them still slimy?
Yeah, the other 3 around you, because they go before you, or have all reverted to normal slime form.
Okay, I will attack this one then.
Let me see what actually Rain... Go ahead and attack that one. So 22 does hit. I'm just researching what Rain has summoned. What is the NPC Rain has created?
That's 13 points of damage.
To this one up top? Oh no,
One to this one.
the one that did some stabs. So it does get a boost in armor class, but it is very, very close to death.
Okay. And I will attack the one in front of me. As long as Blubber's okay with it. Okay. Oh, I get to attack with advantage.
Yeah,
Flank.
because Blubber is there. 21 hits. Go ahead and roll that damage. Hey,
I killed one!
it's dead. You did it!
Only
Jeffrey's so
one.
proud of me right now.
Jeffrey claps a little bit.
This is why I like you, Jeffrey.
That brings us to Tuga's turn.
Jeffrey's
Hey,
my
it's me.
head man.
Hey, it's you.
What's up?
Tuga.
What is Tuga gonna do?
What
to
is
just
Tuga
heal.
gonna do?
Rowan, because Tuga's literally just been a healer bot today.
Heal a bot.
He is a valued member of this team.
What is your purpose? You heal the party. Oh god.
Oh God. Who are you? Are you healing Roan more?
Yeah, just I'll do one more. It's fine.
He's meant to help fight. Seeing him is not.
Well, he's going to be here for the entirety of this thing because we can't send him back up.
Oh yeah,
so-
he's stuck here now.
Yeah.
Cool. And
So
that is me.
he'll be here for the season finale now.
Yeah. As long as he survives, he's here for the season finale. Jeffrey fights a dragon.
He's gonna get
So-
punished for going to the castle.
So maybe Mons, I'm keeping him around so we can do that.
Does this mean Jeffrey gets experience from this fight?
Yes,
No.
it does.
No, because he's not fighting.
He's not
He's
fighting. No,
But he's
Rain,
here.
they have not found your NPC. I just sent you so you know what it is and so that I don't lose track of it.
Is it 3 kobolds in a trench coat?
It is not 3 kobolds in a trench coat.
It's 4.
4 kobolds in a trench coat. They're pretending to be a dragonborn.
Oh, and Roan had her turn again, and that means
I'm down to 22.
you're down to 21.
Oh, that does hit them.
That does hit
Well, shit.
for a whopping 8 damage.
That hurts my feelings.
3 rat folk in a trench coat. Fuck yeah, Cam. You know what's up.
Isn't that the... Never mind.
And it's Blubber's turn.
Cool.
There's a dead puddle in front of Blubber.
Was this attacked yet?
Yes. Oh no,
Which
it just
one
went.
made-
It just went. So
Yeah.
it is reset to a puddle.
10, 15, 20.
The slimes are Cam's babies. Cam, please,
that killed-
please don't put these in the Pathfinder game. I will cry.
Yeah, I will be very happy if you put these in the campaign because I'm not participating in it.
Nice. Yeah. Blubber's gonna attack this one.
Okay. Go ahead and make your maul. The
Maul,
wonders of Gum's
and
rolls.
it's an advantage.
Wow! Holy
Hey.
shit!
Look at that. Blubber's been doing pretty great today.
Roll another
Raid
1d8
redeemed
too.
ad
Yeah,
time.
Why
All
is
right.
any of the critting?
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not critting. Probably because of Maul.
It
Maybe.
should though. Go ahead and roll another 1d8.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that.
Details. Oh,
I don't think that. Yeah, it's extra crit.
yeah, I just put it in.
there
Sorry.
it is. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, so we will be right back as we run this short commercial break.
After a word from our sponsors.
Unless you're a subscriber and then you're still here. But because I don't want anyone to miss any of this amazing action, these amazing blubber fights, get wrecked. For next time. All right, last card played by Mons.
right now.
Bump, 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 bump.
Time gum, I guess.
So be honest, how many fucking dragons are waiting for us now?
All
Can't
right.
wait.
So
So more than one.
let's see. There's one.
The Council of Dargans.
So far, there have been 6 monsters summoned to the final arena.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, Mons, I will hold on to that for next time. All right, so Suburban, after Blubber goes, you are up. The one next to you has not been attacked yet. The other two have.
Yes.
Whatever.
What you doing, bud? Ding
Is it
ding.
Yeah,
Another dragon has been added to the dungeon.
perfect.
Whoa!
And do you have to roll what kind of dragons, or these?
Yeah,
all...
so for every dragon card played, I have to roll to see what kind of dragon it is, and then that will determine whether it's friendly or against you. And they also have various states.
Yep, they do.
So like dragons could be awake, they could be flying and distracted, they could be actively fighting something else in the dungeon,
Or they could just be looking for us.
or they could
They're-
be hunting.
They're abyssal dragons.
No.
So
It's all
there's
good. It's
Yeah, it is the classic dragons, like black, blue, brass, bronze, copper, gold, green, red, silver, and white.
some metallics are
The
good.
chromatic,
and The
yeah.
colors are evil.
Yeah.
be young dragons.
I think they're adult.
Adults.
Let me double
Okay.
check.
Oh, we're so dead.
Let me double check. Oh, it's a young dragon. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
A young
That's
dragon.
fine.
Yeah, 19
Yeah,
hits for 5 points of damage.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
And you feel all of it go through, and the creature does not solidify. Burb, you appear to have found the threshold.
Hold on.
5 points.
Uh,
Bird.
I lied.
Oh no.
It does solidify as you go for its weak point. Oh,
Okay,
I thought
so
it's only on a crit that you get the necrotic.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Roll a 20 on the attack. Target takes an extra 3d6. But it still
Okay,
takes
so-
your sneak attack damage.
Like 16.
Yeah. So it is very, very close to death.
But it's a solid.
But it is now solidified.
Solid.
Don't know why that matters. Go ahead.
Roan, yes. Mon says you have a d6 floating.
Sorry.
You have a d6 available to you.
Oh, okay. Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. Jeffrey. Jeffrey throws his javelin.
Useless.
Can I try and catch it?
Make a dex check for me.
Uh-oh. I'm not good at those.
Well,
I believe in you.
so what happens when you're in heavy armor? Nope.
Nope.
Ouch.
So the javelin just lands on the ground over here. Jeffrey is now unarmed.
It's
Nice.
a good try, Jeffrey.
Good job.
And it's Emotep's turn.
Okay.
So at this point, all of them have been attacked. Yes? Or did Blubber miss?
No,
Which
Blubber
one
hit.
Okay, Blubber
Which
hit,
one was
yes. So,
least attacked.
this one I think was the least attacked. The least attacked. And for anyone who's curious, I will share the build of these monsters after.
These horrible, horrible creatures.
He gets XP, right? He tried to fight. All right, go ahead and make your attack roll for that punch. No punch.
Ooh.
No punch.
He's
Do I have
getting
another
XP.
one?
take him out before the combat ends so he doesn't get any?
No. You only get one unarmed strike. There is no bonus action unarmed strike, as far as I know.
You gotta be a monk.
Gotta be a monk. A monkey.
Know my class abilities.
Just fucking throw one of these things.
Throw Jeffrey.
But it
Just
won't do
whip it.
anything. Okay, I'm good.
All right, good, because it's gunning for Roan. 21 to hit.
That'll miss.
No, that
No, it
hits.
matches.
For
Owie.
7 points of damage. And it shifts back to its flowy liquid state.
You're gonna regret doing that, slime.
Oh, this one's dead, so I'm going to take it out of combat.
Well, dead.
And this one has a new target, so
Uh-oh.
1 is Roan, 2 is Emotep. Emotep it is. Rigid spike to the back there, Emotep.
No, you must.
Ow!
A 17 to hit.
That hits.
You take 8 points of piercing damage as the slime shifts the corner right into your back.
Fuck you, slime.
They have not leveled up in a few sessions. It's been like a month, right?
Yeah. It's been a while.
And it is Roan's turn.
Okay, so are they all slimy now, or?
This one up top is not. Well, I guess it's still in slime state, but you know it's been hit and it hasn't had its turn yet.
Alright, so the two to my left and right then
Yes.
are. Okay.
And everybody's pretty fucking hurt.
Really?
Yeah, they're all pretty hurt.
The slimes, though.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought you were talking about us. I was like, oh no.
Nope.
That hits.
13 hits.
Okay. So I'm attacking this one first.
Okay. It's dead.
Okay, now I'm going to attack the one in front of Burb.
Okay. Burb. Burb.
Burb.
Burb ribs. Okay, 23 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll that damage. It is also dead.
And
Summon the elk
Right.
for stomping.
He's on vacation.
He's on vacation. He went to school.
Yeah. He's in grad school.
And radiant consumption gives him a little bit of a boost.
uh-oh.
That is just enough to hit his damage threshold. So, Tuga, you're
Hi.
up, buddy.
Hey,
Hey.
let's go to Jeff and say, hey, you threw that?
Yeah. I'm getting better, I promise.
Yeah, not bad. You could have hit Roan. That would have been bad, right?
I believe in you, Jeffrey!
I didn't do it, though.
He didn't hit me.
Yeah, it's okay.
For now.
Uh-oh.
Hey, look at that. What's that? Wand Invigoration? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Wand of Invigoration. Poor Tuga.
Yep. I'm just gonna give it back to Roan. Here, Roan, just take this.
Are you
Take
sure you
this.
don't want to give it to Imhotep?
Take that.
I can do it. I
Sorry, I
really
was away for 1 second.
No, you're good.
That's why he doesn't get healing.
All right, Tuga, are you all
Oh,
set?
right. You can't.
Yeah, I'll do one on Imhotep.
The Wand of Invigoration
It's only
can be
one target.
used. Yeah, it's only one target.
Sorry. That's fine. That's okay.
Ah,
Do next turn.
shoot.
But
That's
it
fine.
can
Good,
be
man.
used on Emotep. Just to clarify.
Oh yes, that is true. I forgot about that.
The wand is so far the only thing you guys have that is capable of healing Emotep.
Yeah, that's okay. Cool.
Imhotep. Imhotep.
I'm
Tuka's good.
invincible.
Tuka's just gonna look around and be like, wow, Very very good game.
Oh. Oh, I guess no. Blubber hit it last, so it's going for Blubber.
Yeah, it's okay.
No!
It's okay.
18 to hit.
We'll hit. We'll hit.
All right. For 7 points of damage to Blubber.
Have because
that
she's
is
raging.
half.
That is... Oh, it's halved. Yeah, you're right. Hang on. Let me add that back. Apply healing. Apply half
I guess.
damage.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a Blubber's turn.
It's a blubber!
Blubber is barely injured. I just said it's so dumb. I guess Blubber is a bear. Okay. Alright, we're gonna just do them all. Let's.
Doing them all.
Because it's squishy again.
It is squishy again.
Yeah.
Yeah, 25 hits.
There you go.
Bing, bing, boom.
Yes.
For some damage.
Um,
And it seems to re-solidify once more.
That's okay. Don't stare death. Just gotta wait.
All right, Burb.
All right, I'm gonna hold my action for it to put down its solidification.
Okay. Moving in for a punching.
Everybody's gonna fuck this slime up when it goes. That's all it.
All right, it's Jeffrey's turn. And he's going to come up here and pick up his javelin.
No, Jeffrey!
What?
It provokes.
Okay, so you see how the slime has become solid.
But I need my javelin.
Oh, okay. You're not going to attack the slime, right? Well, actually, you kind of have to stay there because otherwise it's going to attack you when you move away. So, just,
Try it.
I don't know.
He takes a stab at
He
it.
was
It doesn't
so
go
close
very well.
to rolling a crit.
So yeah, he misses and he just starts to shy away from the thing. And now it's Emotep's turn. So roadside graves means the characters encounter the grave of a previous adventurer. I can roll on a D100 table, and it pulls up a random epitaph.
Has anybody hit this thing yet?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
solid.
it just
Yeah, it's
solidified.
solid right now.
Just hold your action. We're all going to fuck it up.
Everybody's gonna fuck it up. All right, so is everybody holding their action?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just attack.
so it's the slime's turn.
I think we should let it roll to see if it hits Jeffrey.
Yeah, Blubber didn't hit it last time, so Jeffrey might be the latest target.
Jeffrey
What?
didn't hit it either.
Yeah, but he tried to hit it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I agree.
come on.
Yep, that hits.
Yeah, that hits. Jeffrey's little
Hit it.
AC of 10. And Jeffrey takes 7 points of damage to the face
Nice.
and is now badly injured. And
How
the
do I
slime
give slime
ceases to
more
be...
damage? Is there a card for that?
There is not a card for that. But Burb, your held action comes true as the slime ceases to be solid.
You see the slime attack Jeffrey and you react violently.
Yep. That's what I heard.
I let my
Yep.
action pass.
I let my action pass. Good job, slime. GG's, bro. I mean, it's up to you. Do you want to actually let it pass, or are you going to punch it in the face?
I don't need to kill it. It's fine.
Okay.
He's really
so
dedicated to the bit.
next held action would be Emotep. Oh, no. Yeah, next held action would be Emotep.
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 If yeah. Oh, he's just gonna shoot fire at it.
Firebolt.
Jeffrey.
Damn.
No, you're not. All right,
Oh,
next held action is Roan.
Somebody get this fucking
Miss. I swear to God.
It's
Please
gonna
miss.
fucking survive.
I hope it murders Jeffrey. Damn it.
Yeah, 24 hits.
Reflex save to dive in front.
I mean, if you want to take this damage.
I mean, I kind of do.
I'm gonna add second level smite to this.
Okay.
I think you're doing too much damage to it, and it ignores all damage.
I'm just so fucking done with this stupid slide.
It should like blow up when it dies.
Turn into a bunch of little slimes.
Yes.
Deals 10 damage to everything around it.
The slime is dead.
Aw.
Okay. So is Jeffrey standing on the bookcase or next to it?
No, he's just like on the ground next to you.
Okay.
Kind of
pick him
underneath
up.
the ladder. You
Like,
pick
I
him
have
up.
him-
This
He's like
kid's cold.
sitting on. I don't like. I've got him kind of held like you would a small child. I
Yep.
guess. And like I put my right hand to his face just to like heal the damage that's occurred.
Okay.
Oh, please.
You're doing lay on hands.
I beg
Yeah.
you to stop it, please.
Roan, go ahead and roll a D100 for me, please.
No,
Oh, no.
yeah. This will make my entire night.
You manage to heal Jeffrey and don't take any damage in doing so. You notice that the healing energy that normally accompanies your lay on hands has a reddish tinge, but this is more of a greenish color. ¿Qué pasa?
Yeah.
Might
So
want
I
to get
just
that
take-
like that.
Okay. All right. So I lift my hand up. Does he have any scarring from this, or is it just completely healed?
It is fast enough that he'll be completely healed from it. He did not die, Mons. 30 burpees. Roman is extra upset Jeffrey did not die. Alright, so I'm going to end combat. You guys are no longer in combat.
Awesome.
And
So that's room 1.
Do your burpees.
I'm going to do my burpees as soon as I give you guys experience.
Oh, Jeffrey gets experience because he did try to attack.
I'm not going to do that to you guys.
Leveled up again?
Blubber leveled up
Blubber
again.
leveled.
She might not have actually, but because we didn't do the level,
It kind of just sits there
yeah, it might just be stagnant. Leftover level.
until you actually level.
Alright, so I'm going to do my burpees, and let me know what you guys want to do.
Good luck, Jeffrey. We'll miss you. We're gonna keep going. So, not to be that guy, but how did Jeffrey get down here?
Mons.
No, but how did he actually get down here?
All right.
Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll ask him.
That's a gum question.
He,
Or
he
yeah.
saw the
when
shit
Jim gets back.
went down.
Yeah, he thought, oh, this looks fun.
What?
Or maybe he followed you guys.
How'd he get down here?
He caught sight of you guys wandering into the castle
Okay.
and started to explore, and then fell in.
Okay.
So he fell
All
into
right,
this.
I sit
We went
Jeffrey on this ladder.
He did not intend to be down here.
because I jammed the door shut with that close.
Yeah, I mean, you shutting the door with the close isn't more than... I did see that, Mons. Ooh, fuck, I did that too fast.
There you go.
So it is enough to stop the slime from coming through.
Not a
But it's not
small
enough to. Yeah, it's not
child.
enough to stop a kid from opening the door.
So it should be another slime then, right?
Yeah, there is the slime in that room that was wandering around.
And it didn't follow him down here?
Nope, doesn't look like it.
That's weird.
Like, I inspect Jeffrey to make sure he doesn't have slime on him or anything.
He is slime.
Make a investigation check. All right, so looking Jeffrey over, he appears to be fine.
Sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I have him sitting on this ladder.
Okay.
Just like, okay, Jeffrey.
He's sitting on the ladder.
I search him.
Search him. He has a javelin.
I slapped Bird away for a second.
I mean, you can attempt to.
Do you want me to?
Sure.
Would that be an unarmed strike?
To slap Burb.
Just like because I'm trying to talk to Jeffrey and he's just being.
Yeah, I mean, you can make an unarmed strike to. Whoop.
Well.
Nope.
Oh,
You give out.
man.
You hear Jeffrey give out a little toot, and you are unable to slap Burb.
What is going on?
Jeffrey farted. That's what's happening.
That's what's happening. Jeffrey farted.
All right, so you want to investigate him or search him or anything like that? Go ahead.
Blubber.
Yeah, so
Jeez.
you can investigate. You can. I mean, looking him over, you don't see anything that seems out of place. It is a little weird that he's down here, but you do know that he's gotten himself into quite a bit of trouble.
Okay.
So he has nothing but the
Ormonds.
spear.
What's that?
He's got nothing but the spear.
Yeah, he's just got the spear. He doesn't have anything, any other equipment or anything.
Okay. Jeffrey, you didn't tell Godfrey that you were going to go exploring, did you? You snuck out.
I mean, yeah.
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 And what was the one thing you weren't supposed to do while you were in Lenthrist?
Not supposed to leave the whatever.
Exactly.
It's boring.
Jeffrey, I can understand that. I can even empathize with it. But do you realize where you are right now?
No. There's books and you guys.
I point to the skeleton on the floor.
Yeah.
You know the slimes that we were fighting just now? They killed this man. They could have killed us. So, seeing as I am responsible for you now, and the party is responsible for you, I'm going to make one very simple request. When I tell you to do something, you do it. Okay?
I guess.
No, there's no guessing here, Jeffrey. It's either a yes or a no answer. There is no I guess.
Yeah, fine.
No.
Yep,
Yes
tell him
or no.
Yes.
Okay. So Suburban's just kind of gone off on his own, I'm guessing.
Suburban, as you're wandering the halls, Roan's a dad now. You see a very confused woman kind of pacing back and forth in this hall. She's like, excuse me, what is this place?
I don't know, some underground bunker.
Underground where?
Well, over there, I kind of point behind us. That was underneath the castle and Lenthrest. I don't know how big these catacombs are.
Can I hear the Suburban talking to somebody right now?
I'm assuming it's happening at the same time you're talking to Jeffrey, so no.
Okay, all right.
She's like, I have some things for sale, but
What
I
you
don't really know where I am to. Hang on one second. Let me save.
And also, how did you get down here, and where did you come from?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Tell me now.
She's like, well, that's a funny thing. I don't really know how I got here. Ooh. That is her shop list for what she has to offer.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
She's like, I don't have much, but I'd be so greatly appreciative if you could tell me how to get out of here.
You can't. At least not with that we found.
What?
So we can't unless I mean, other than what we found so far, but we haven't gone far.
Yeah.
So good luck.
So good luck. She's like, all right, just be careful back there. And she gestures behind her. There's quite the collections of bones and these small metallic looking creatures. They make me feel quite uneasy. And she goes to step past you and move out into the hallway.
Oh.
Oh.
Hello, lady.
Hello.
Well, Blubber snips her.
Why is there a bear?
She's okay. What are you doing in here?
That is an excellent question. I am apparently stuck here unless you know how to get out.
Not unless she's able to go up a chute, but I'll tell her that.
Well,
This lady, there's a chute back up there in the room we entered, but I'm not so sure how you'll be able to get up.
I would be just happy if I could find a place to stay safe.
I can throw you.
I can throw you.
Does
Yo,
she just display her items? Or does she just tell me that she's got the items?
I mean, she told you she is carrying a number of items she can sell, but she didn't really show off anything.
I ask her if there's anything shiny.
I do have some shiny objects. I do have an iron strongbox. It's quite pretty. All right, Cam. Thank you for hanging out. We will catch you later. Otherwise, I'm afraid most of what I have is. I do have this shiny water, and she holds up a flask of holy water.
I'm gonna get that.
I don't think any of this stuff is.
It is 25 gold if you would like to acquire it.
Oh yeah, I always get holy water. I always get holy water.
Always get that holy water.
How many does she have? She only has one?
She only has the one.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, flask of holy water is added to your sheet.
Great.
And
don't you,
sold.
Why don't you buy these paints? Just sit Jeffrey down here and he can paint all day.
There is painter supplies.
When a scroll of animate dead.
And a scroll of animate dead.
Wait, what?
Woo!
Yeah, she's got a lot of magic scrolls.
Yeah. And she has another thing of armor of Agathis. Ooh, armor of Agathis.
Armor of Agathis. All right, so as you wrap up your conversation with Jeffrey, you hear Tuga and Suburban talking to someone. And hear a female voice around the corner there. Yeah, this is another person that Mons brought to the party.
Attaboy, Mons. Bring the ladies.
Jeffrey? Okay, so I put out my hand for Jeffrey and I just kind of walk him over to the rest of the party. Okay, fine. Be like that.
I'm trying to get him to move the right direction. It's just not working.
Cool.
What the fuck are you doing, Jeffrey? Go this way. Come on, you piece
Wow.
of shit.
Wow, even he doesn't give a shit about you. And you're the DM.
Wow, Jeffrey needs to die.
Well, yep.
I'm sorry, who is this?
She's like, oh, I'm sorry. My name is Svirin. I have a bit of wares for sale. And would appreciate knowing how to get out of here.
We don't know how to do that yet. I'm sorry, how did you get down here?
That is a wonderful question.
As far as we know, the only entrance is through the chute that we came through.
A chute? She kind of, where is this chute? What's the matter, Burb?
What's the matter, Burb?
I mean, I know what's the matter, but...
Nothing.
No, doesn't call out for help or anything, so...
She's like, and where is this chute?
It's back that way.
That way.
If there's nothing else you need, I will
Oh,
I will
what do you
excuse
got?
myself.
Just
If you follow the link, it shows what she has.
a quick note, Zvirin. That took us 5 minutes to get down. I don't think there's a way of getting back up unless you're really good at climbing.
I see. No, I am quite terrible at it, actually. You see, I fell once climbing and hurt my knee, but...
That's unfortunate.
Such is life. Excuse, why do you have a small child with you?
It's
Burb
not
is
ours.
Burb is a-okay. He's not ours.
I look down at Jeffrey and ask if he wants to explain this to the nice lady.
Make a perception check for me.
Uh-oh. Is Jeffrey shy? Or does he recognize this person?
You see Jeffrey, like, giving her the double birds.
Jeffrey!
I like this lady.
What?
Where did you even learn to do that?
And he shifts behind you. He's like, no, I don't want to talk to her.
What are you... Dude, are you being shy right now?
No.
No? What's the matter then?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I'm immediately worried about it. Come on, if there is a reason that you don't want to talk to her, I would like to know.
Yeah, okay, we can talk about it later.
I search our manifest for this lady's name.
Yes, she said she introduced herself as Severin.
Yeah, so I search our list of names that we brought back from the other town.
Okay. In terms of people that, like descendants of Zathroran?
No. Came from the other town, switched names.
Oh, okay.
'Cause obviously Jeffrey knows this person.
Yeah, so you are able to find that Roan's going full mom at this point. You do see that her name previously was Telan, and it looks like she was renamed to Severin, but the whole line is like scribbled out. So whatever happened, it seems like she was kicked out of town.
Oh. Okay. So I turn around to Jeffrey and just like, okay. So, 1 nod for good, 2 nods for bad.
You're trusting the child.
He's what do you mean? Good for you, bad for me? I don't know.
Just good or bad in general, Jeffrey. It's not that difficult of a concept.
He just makes like a weird like stuff.
Fucking god.
Okay. All right. Just calm down. Don't need you blowing a fuse. Sorry.
That's
You know this
fucking
kid?
good. She like peers past Emotep and Roan. No, should I?
He seems to know you. He's afraid of you for some reason.
I'm sorry. I promise I'm not scary. Certainly not as scary as a large bear.
Hey,
Medium.
Blubber is a nice bear.
A medium bear. That's true. Blubber is still medium size.
Should get bigger.
I
Okay. All right. I think for your own safety, it might be best to at least stick around with us.
but I don't even know you.
Okay.
Yeah. Neither does this.
But a
kid.
few minutes ago, you had to deal with metallic slimes, and those are gone now because we killed them.
What? No, they're in that room. And she points back down this hall.
God damn
What
it.
all? Where
This
she
hall,
came
since my
from?
ping is not working. Yeah.
Oh no.
She's like, there's 2 of them in there. Just don't touch them.
Yeah, just don't touch him.
Just don't touch them. It's fine.
No, I want to touch them. You can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, they're worth 3,900 experience each.
What?
Yeah, they are CR8
them.
monsters.
That would level us up if we killed 2 more of
Uh,
them.
We
Also,
killed
just
4.
put
We
that-
already leveled.
No,
No.
you guys, because it splits it amongst the party.
Oh, okay.
So even killing those 2 won't give us enough. I mean, I guess we
Yeah.
could kill those 2 and then that last one in the other room.
That's true.
Or if it's gotten away.
Took so long.
Yeah.
That was with 4 of them. If it's just 1 or 2, it might not be as difficult.
It
But
might
can
be
only take
harder.
damage 1 round. So
Essentially, one person can attack around.
with the party, everybody take a slime.
Everyone take a slime.
We'll do a round at
Slimed.
the same time.
I mean, I can go attack them, and since it can't hit me in the air, I can just kill it.
Yeah.
But then,
Okay.
would that just get me?
We have a
experience points?
plan. We have a plan. So this is probably going to be the next session, but I want to look around in the library a bit.
Okay. Yeah, she just kind of like backs into the corner as you guys are talking about beating up the slimes.
She's very confused. I can tell that at this point.
But yeah, it is 10:05, and that means it's time for us to wrap up our wonderful adventure. And it looks like the folks from Inspired Incompetence are online playing. It says Apex Legends, but it's a lie, and it's actually Pokemon Unite.
They might want to change that up then.
So, thank you to everybody for joining us. Thank you to everybody for the stream loots cards and all of the redeems. I cannot wait to add all of these monsters
We are so
to the
dead.
dungeon. I will
wait
do
for
some
all of it.
rolls, and yeah, knowing my luck, they're all going to end up being good. Maybe you guys will just get some huge fucking boosts. But we'll see how it goes, and we'll see you back here next week as we pick up the adventure in the library once more. Thank you for those bits, Random, and I really appreciate everybody hanging out, hanging around. We'll see you guys real soon.
It's pretty good stats, I think.
I don't even know if these guys are going to know that I'm raiding.
Never.
I did not...
Because Kamala was raiding with a party of 11.
Hey.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, at least we didn't die.
Yeah, those slimes were annoying. It would have been bad if they could actually do some damage.
If you guys had all concentrated and hit one, they would have been pretty brutal.
That would have fucked us up.
I don't know if I should tag. I'm in their Discord, but I don't want to like tag them and fuck it up.
Fuck up what?